Bonjour, it is time to review le keyboard Womier G75. It's not actually French, by the way, nor am I. But in this video, we are going to first unbox and then sound test out and then review the new-ish G75 keyboard from Womier. Womier? Doesn't matter. I'm looking forward to this. It's coffee styled, has new coffee switches, offers gasket or top mounting. You could choose. Pretty cool. Let's dive in. Unboxing the coffee keyboard first with my duck mug. Let's get hyped. I'm a little excited about this keyboard, I'm not gonna lie. This is budget. This is like around $100. And more, a trend I'm seeing in the mechanical keyboard world is the rise of like premium features on budget board. Obviously, there's always gonna be some like trade-offs when you only charge $100 for a keyboard. But hey, the more features, the better, really. Manual, which I assume we're gonna need in order to properly take it apart. Here is the keyboard. Really nice foam packaging, by the way. You never know, right? You don't want anything to get messed up during travel. And this is really well padded out, I will say. Look at that guy, coffee. So this is clear acrylic case, which is really cool. I love acrylic in general. I also love coffee. And while I don't necessarily like printed keycaps like that, ooh, right off the bat, that feels cool. That feels nice. Or putting keycaps, really, I will say that for whatever reason, this design personally appeals to me. Okay, enough about the review. Here is more unboxing. All of the, fun stuff here in the bottom. Cable, pretty self-explanatory. Aha, here we go. This is going to be for changing the mounting style, which we'll talk a little bit more in a second. This is a dual mount, meaning you can, I think it's gasket by default, and you can switch it to top mount with some screws, and they have a few other things to help you with that. Here is escape, enter, and space bars. In case you don't want the coffee stuff, you can just have it pudding white, which is kind of handy. And that's it for the unboxing. Really quick, before the sound test, let me go over a few of the keyboard details, including some more info on mounting styles. It is wired only, I'm pretty sure. Yep, there's a toggle switch for Mac and Windows, which I assume will switch like the modifier keys and etc. It comes with double shot PBT keycaps, pudding style, right? The sides are clear and transparent, lets the RGB shine through. And coffee flavored keycaps, although it did come with the other ones. It is 75% layout-ish. It's close enough, I think. Yeah, 4 keys on the home cluster and the delete up here, which is, yeah, that's okay, that's pretty cool. Metal volume knob, scroll knob. I didn't actually look up if this thing is VIA compatible. I actually assume it's not. I know they have Womier software, I believe is Windows only, which kind of stinks. And I don't think it's VIA compatible, which is another drawback. But either way, this is a nice, you can also push it, metal volume knob. You can feel each tiny like rotation right there, which I actually like. I don't like the smooth continuous or whatever. It feels really good. Screw-in stabilizers, by the way, instead of just like the snap-in kind. Supposedly makes it more stable, more consistent sound, less scratchy, less rattly, etc. Right off the bat, by the way, I can just tell that this feels and sounds really nice. I will say that right off the bat. We'll do a sound test just in a second. Last thing, mounting styles, really quick. So there's lots of different mounting styles. Gasket mounted could mean a bajillion different things, but it basically involves some layer or 2 layers of sound dampening material, foam or something, right? Silicone. Most often, I feel like there is the PCB, and then there's a layer of silicone, and then there's a plate on top of it. And you put the switches in, and it goes all the way through down to the PCB. And sometimes there's like more foam in the bottom or whatever. Basically, it just means that when you press down these keys, you're gonna feel a cushion. You can literally see it, almost. You probably can't see it on the video, but you push in each key and everything, the entire, not just the key, but the entire PCB and plate moves up and down. It's cushioned. There's a nice pillow in here beneath this. Usually leads to a softer sound, more muted sound, and a more muted feel. Really, not muted, that's the wrong word there, but a softer feel. I personally like that. Now, top mounted is exactly what it sounds like. It is usually the plate and PCB attached, literally, screwed into literally the top of the keyboard. And I have a feeling, I haven't opened this yet, but they got the screws here and stuff. I'm assuming I'm going to use these screws to screw in the plate to the top of the case right here. That's what I'm assuming. I'll actually do that here in a second after some initial sound tests. So that said, let's actually run a sound test like this, gasket mounted, just to do that. And then I will take this thing apart, do the top mount version, and then maybe run another sound test, and then follow up with my le review. Follow up with le review. I actually found this process incredibly straightforward. You'll first flip it over and take out the 8 or 10 screws using the provided hexagonal screwdriver thingy-mabob. Lift the top plate off, and you will have to flip it over, remove the knob as well, detach the PCB to make this easier. You could probably leave this attached and just fold it over, but I took the entire thing apart. At which point I inserted the little bitty silicone gaskets on the, I don't know, stick out things, whatever those are called. You don't have to do this, I think, but I don't want any metallic pinging noises. And I have a feeling that these metal screws could produce that, so I would definitely install these things. And then just put it together with the top plate, screw it in with the provided small screws, reattach the PCB, and then reattach the bottom plate, and then you're good to go. All right, it is time for Pete's thoughts and review of the G75. I really like it. There you go. I have maybe a few downsides that I'll point out, but they're honestly pretty small. I think this is a fantastic keyboard, especially at this price range. The downsides first. Not a big fan of the keycaps, personally. Just the pudding style. I like the ASA profile a little bit taller, but I'm not a big fan of the overall design, just the keycaps. I actually like the brown coffee clear acrylic case. That does it for me really well. I do wish it had little feet to make it a different angle. I don't actually ever use these, but I do find that as a handy feature. There's no adjustable angle on this one at all. That said, it does have the extra wide sound dampening feet, which I really approve of. I don't like it when they just put a little dot for the sound dampening feet. That drives me insane. These are really well done. I wish it were wireless, but alas, it's not. It'd be cool if you had like a coiled brown cable with this. It might look really, really neat. I love the volume knob. I love that they went with the aluminum or some sort of metal. It just makes it feel more premium. It's like a bigger knob too. It feels really good. The switches, these are the proprietary, made by XVX or Womier or whatever, the coffee switches. Linear switches, I believe. I didn't actually look at the specs. I should have before I recorded this video. I actually really like them. They feel good. They're on the more muted side, which I appreciate. Other downsides, that's pretty much it. I really just wish it were wireless, and then I might put some different keycaps on here just because of the design. But they are really quality keycaps. That's it. Now, the rest of this keyboard, I actually really like. It is hot swappable. I love the idea of making it top mount or gasket mounted. I would just go with the gasket mount right out of the box. The top mount, I can't tell a big difference. It's very slight. It is more stiff. Like even just pressing in 1 or 2 keys, you can tell the entire action feels a little bit stiffer. But the sound, really close to the same, in my opinion. Really close. I had a very difficult time realizing like Is this different? I don't know. I would just use the gasket mount right out of the box. That said, 99 bucks, quality keyboard, good PCB. The stabilizers feel nice, by the way. Screw-in stabilizers, they're A+ in my opinion. Man, I feel like this is a great keyboard for that price range. I do wish it were Bluetooth. That's my biggest downside, honestly. Keycaps, not a big deal. In fact, you might even like these. Wouldn't be that bad to like throw some premium third-party keycaps if you wanted to. I like the coffee switches that are right in there. They come pre-lubed as well. That's a big plus. I like the rotary encoder. Maybe if it were VIA as well, by the way. I still didn't actually look, but I'm going to assume, we know what that does to people. I'm going to assume that it's not QMK and VIA out of the box. Doesn't support that, which stinks. Wireless QMK, the biggest downsides to me, but other than that, like $100 and a nice gasket mounted keyboard with screw-in stabilizers, good switches, and a rotary knob, sign me the heck up. And a cool like coffee design, that like clear acrylic case. I really like that. It looks super slick. All right, I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you guys for watching. If you love mechanical keyboards and you want to support Pete over here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like, comment, pay me money, have my children. Nah, that's super weird. I don't know. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, XVX, for sending me this keyboard. By the way, they sent me this for free. I should have disclaimed that at the top of this video. They did not pay me anything, in my own thoughts, but cool keyboard. I really do approve. All right, see you guys next time. Adios.